So what we had is we had grown very organically as an organization. We had a lot of associates spread over a great geographical distance, and we had been trying a number of different methodologies to bring those associates closer together, have them work collaboratively, and reduce a lot of the friction and inefficiency that had creeped into the system over the years. We also were facing a large growth spurt, so we were about a 500-person organization when we started. We knew we were going to add, if we were successful in our growth plan, about 200 associates over the course of the next year. They were all going to be fairly new associates, out of college, fairly inexperienced, and we wanted to make sure that we had a tool that delivered in a way that they were comfortable with and used to using. We have about, at that time we implemented, we have 500 associates. We had about 150 out of New York, we had about 50 out of Kansas City, and about another 100 out of Columbus, Ohio, with then another 150 virtual associates that work from their homes. We did. So before we even started looking at vendors, we actually went through and tried to put together what is our goal. If we were completely successful at this, what would it look like? It would look like a reduction in email. One of the things that we, in our problem statement, identified was there was, when you look at a classic engineering term called signal to noise, how much good content was there versus how much noise was being generated through communications corporately. And we wanted to improve that signal to noise ratio, and one of the ways that we were going to do that is by making sure that we could reduce the email traffic, reduce our number of SharePoint collaboration sites, which had grown completely uncontrolled and were kind of like an overgrown vine in your yard, all over the place, sprouting up. We also had a desire to improve the number of contributors, because traditionally our organization had communicated many times, or the majority of the time, from the top down. And while there's value in that, we also believe there was value in communication among your peers, and quite frankly, communication from the bottom up. So we need more people producing good content and publicizing it. And that we were going to achieve that. We decided we were going to achieve that through enterprise social networking. Yeah, we had a number of great results and a couple of surprises. I'll kind of go through each of those. We were able to reduce our dependency on distribution lists. We completely eliminated the ability for any associate to send to the all distribution list, which is a large pain in our organization. So we've restricted that to a very few people now at the cabinet level and above can actually send to the all distribution list, and there's no need to, because we have the appropriate blogs in place, we have the appropriate groups through our social networking sites that people can contribute information, which previously they only had a way of, the only other way of distributing that was through distribution lists. So we have reduced our number of distribution lists. We have created, through a number of different strategies, we have created content that will only be shared through our enterprise social networking. So when it comes time to do annual benefits enrollment, there is no email that goes out. There's no U.S. Postal Service letter that gets delivered to your house. You have to go to the enterprise social networking site. All your materials are there, all the background information, all the links to register. It's all housed in one place. It's searchable, it's indexed. So there's been a large reduction not only in virtual mail, email, but also in U.S. postal mail. So we've actually had a physical reduction in some of our postal costs. We've retired the hardware and the software for a number of our SharePoint sites, so we've had a lot of great results from that. The other thing that was surprising for us is once we had launched this, we had traditionally hosted twice a year, every other quarter, we would bring our entire leadership team in throughout the United States, have them fly to one location, and we'd collaborate as a group, and we would, traditionally our CEO would launch corporate initiatives from that meeting. And that's the only place we would launch corporate initiatives from. They wouldn't come out via email, they wouldn't be, that's the only place our CEO felt comfortable having the face-to-face discussion of here's what we're going to focus on in 2013. The surprise was this year our corporate initiative was a complete rethink on the way we're going to handle our product documentation. It's going from, kind of traditional, just embedded documentation in our software like the F1 Help Key. It's going to a wiki-style format where our clients can actually contribute, change our documentation, contribute to it. But that was a huge rethink for us, and it was actually our CEO was comfortable and actually initiated the conversation with us of, I don't want to launch this at a leadership meeting where we fly everybody in. We're going to forego that this year, and we're going to launch it through the social networking site. And we actually worked with a team to create a video that was launched via a blog that was the most viewed blog and most replied to, had the most comments of any blog we've had since we've implemented our social networking strategy. One of the things that was important to us as we looked at the different communities that we were going to be serving with this solution was, once again, I kind of alluded earlier to the fact that we are going to be drawing in a large number of kids from campus to start their careers with us. Not just them, but that generation, there is a large attraction to the consumption of content via mobile strategies, be it your iPad, your Android device, your iPhone, you know, what have you. And we have fundamentally believed, not just internally, even externally to our client base, that mobile is the wave of computing in the future. For the first time, the first quarter of 2013, mobile devices outsold PCs. Okay, so there was more mobile devices that were sold at that time. We knew, and this is a year ago, we said mobile is going to be fundamental to the success of this strategy. So the partner that we chose had to not only have a mobile strategy, but we dug deep into the mobile strategy of each of the companies that we would look to work with, because we not only wanted them to have a strategy, we wanted to feel confident that they could execute on it. And that was a major buying decision for us in choosing our vendor, was based upon how strongly we felt and how much we believed in their ability to take a mobile strategy to market and be successful.